Welcome to this video lecture. In this particular video lecture, we'll be discussing about introduction to control systems. So the topics which we cover in this video lecture is basic introduction to control systems and set of important definitions with respect to our control systems. So practically every activity in our day-to-day life is somehow or the other, directly or indirectly, is influenced by some sort of control system. The concept of control system also plays an important role in the working of space vehicles, satellites, guided missiles, etc. Not only these applications, in most of the applications, or control systems is used in vast variety of applications. Control systems are found in number of practical applications like computerized control systems, transportation systems, power systems, temperature limiting systems, and recently it is also used in robotics. There are wide variety of applications in control system. To understand the meaning of control system, first we need to understand some of the important definitions related to control system. The first and foremost definition which we try to understand is what exactly is meant by system. First, let us understand what is meant by system, and later let us understand what exactly is meant by control system. A system is a combination or an arrangement of different physical components which acts together as an entire unit to achieve certain objective. Every physical object is actually a system. Whichever kind of physical object you consider, it can be called as a system. For example, if we consider a lamp is nothing but a physical system. But if we have to control that lamp, we will be employing a switch, and the switch will be connected by means of wires, and some supply will be given to it. And after that, it becomes a control system. So a lamp is basically a bulb, or a lamp is basically a physical system. So that physical system can be converted into control system by employing different other physical elements. So this can be understood by a basic example. A lamp can be given as an example of a system, a physical system. If a lamp is to be switched on or off, we have to employ a switch. If we employ a switch to control the state of the lamp, whether to turn it on or to turn it off, then the entire system can be called as a control system. Essentially, a lamp is nothing but a physical system. But when lamp is accompanied by a supply and a switch, then that becomes a control system. So this is a major difference between a physical system and a control system. So let me explain it in a further way. The physical system consists of a lamp. That is a basic example which can be given. If this physical system has to be converted into control system, we have to employ a switch. We have to control the state of the lamp by some means. That some means is nothing but a switch. So by operating the switch, we can either turn on the lamp or turn off the lamp. That is possible by means of switch as well as a supply. So when we employ a switch and a supply, this physical system gets converted into a control system. And the mechanism to control this is by means of this switch which we have employed. In short, a control system is, in a broad sense, an interconnection of physical components to provide a desired function or to perform a desired function involving some kind of controlling action in it. Here, just a lamp is a physical system. When we connect that lamp to a switch, the switch is nothing but a controller. This entire system becomes a control system. So this is the first definition which we need to understand. Let us understand what exactly is meant by a plant. The portion of a system which is to be controlled or has to be regulated is called as a plant, or it is also called as a process. If we see the previous example, this lamp has to be controlled. So essentially this lamp is nothing but a plant. Next, let us see what exactly is meant by a controller. The element of the system or external to the system which essentially controls the plant or the process is called as controller. If we use the same example, the switch is controlling the state of the lamp. When the switch is closed, there is a closed connection established, current flows from the supply and the lamp turns on. When the switch is open circuit condition is created, the current ceases to flow and the state of the lamp is off. So essentially the switch is controlling the state of the lamp. Hence, the switch is nothing but a controller. Similarly, an input. Input is nothing but an applied signal or excitation signal which is applied to a control system from an external energy source in order to produce a specified output. If we consider the same control system, this excitation is provided by means of a supply. It can be an voltage source. So when voltage source is given to a closed circuit, current flows through the circuit and the lamp glows when switch is closed. So the excitation supply which we are giving here is nothing but it can be a voltage source or it can be a current source. Finally, let us see what is meant by this output. An output is nothing but a particular signal of interest or the actual response obtained from the control system when an input is applied to it. So if we consider the same example which we have seen previously, so once supply is given to this particular lamp and the switch is closed circuit connection is established and current starts to flow in the entire circuit. So when the current flows through the circuit, the lamp glows. Essentially here, the response of this particular control system is the lamp glowing. So that is nothing but the output. So normally these control systems may have more than one input or output. So essentially if there is a single input and single output, we call it as SISO, single input, single output control system. If there are many inputs and many outputs, we call it as MIMOs, many input, many output control systems. The input variable is generally referred as the reference input and the output is generally referred as controlled output. So these are certain important definitions which has to be understood before getting on to the further topics. I hope that you have understood the definitions of control system. Thank you.